John. I haven't spoken to you since March '88. A lot has happened since then. Are you happy about the band right now?
Oh, yeah, of course I am. I mean, yeah, I'm more happy. You know, the other guys, George and Jeff, didn't want to be in Dokken anymore, and they didn't like the music we made, so they went out. If you don't like the music, you shouldn't be in the band.
Sure. We all know why George left the band. How come Reb Beach left the band after just one album?
Well, he always told us he was just going to do one record. We knew that. He was going to do Winger. He's doing Winger. Mm-hmm. He had to get ready for the Winger album, which they're doing this summer. Doing a Winger reunion with Poison. So we knew that. He said he loved playing with Dokken. He just doesn't like being in the studio with me. I'm too difficult in the studio. I'm too particular. Yeah, I'm very hard in the studio, I guess. I don't know. I am.
How come you didn't just call John Norum then to get him on that last album?
We did. First, I called John before I called Brett, but John was right in the middle of doing a solo record. He couldn't do it. He had contractual obligations. We did call him, but he couldn't do it because he was doing a solo record.
And now Jeff Pilson has left the band. What's the reason for that?
He wanted to be a singer. And I said, okay. So I said, okay. He wanted to be a lead singer. I told him I think it was a mistake, but I heard some of his records. And he wanted to do more like hip-hop and alternative music and stuff like Radiohead. And that didn't fit what we're doing, So that's what he's doing.
John Norum, he played on your solo album. Now Jeff is out of the band, and Mick is the only one from the original lineup. Did you ever consider just to call this Don Dokken again?
No, I don't like the name. I don't like that. It's a band thing. If it was Don Dokken, if I was doing Don Dokken, it would be a totally different style of music. It would be more acoustic oriented and more spiritual, peaceful, mellow music. It's just Dokken. I mean, I don't know. Why does Saxon go on with just Biff? Because it's Saxon music, not Biff music.
How much did your new members contribute on your new studio album?
Yeah, John wrote a lot of this, some of the songs musically. I wrote most of the lyrics, but Mick wrote some lyrics too. We all contributed. I mean, I wrote a large portion because I'm a singer and I'm a songwriter, but Mick wrote on some songs, and John wrote like the music to Sunless Days and a couple other songs, and we just all kind of pushed it all together, picked the best of the best.
I know that you play the guitar, so you play the guitar backstage in '88, and you also play some guitar on your new album. Do you compose your material on acoustic guitar? I mean, I think I can hear that a lot of the tracks are made on acoustic.
Playing my acoustic guitar mostly. I sit in my bedroom, and I don't want to plug an amplifier in, all this bullshit. I just play my acoustic guitar and write the riff, and I'll envision it soft or pop or heavy, If I'm in a heavy mood, I'll put a little amplifier in my headphones and I'll rock out. But, yeah, a lot of it was composed on acoustic guitar. I play traditional style with no pick. I play with my fingers, so it's reminiscent on the album.
Your new album is quite melodic. Does that mean you wrote the softer songs and maybe John came up with the more heavy riffs?
Yeah. Well, John wrote 3 songs in the album. The heavier, Sunless Days, You, Under the Gun, Magic World. Those are John's songs, yeah. And then the rest, like Everybody Needs to Be With Someone, Little Girl, There Was a Time. Those are my riffs, Yeah.
You have worked a lot with Killer Killing on this album. How did you meet him, and do you think this album would have sounded very different if it wasn't there?
He just helped with the lyrics, and just like as an executive producer kind of guy, I bounced things off of him, ideas, because I get so many ideas going. I get too scattered. I'll be writing 5 songs at once sometimes. He kept me focused, Stay on this song, let's finish it,
Are your lyrics very personal? And if they are, how is it when somebody else comes in to maybe alter the lyrics that you've written that are personal?
All my lyrics are very personal, and I have a very big problem having anybody alter my lyrics unless they understand me. And Kelly understands my lyrics, understands my feelings, We have a lot of the same spiritual beliefs about religion and God and death and stuff like that. So him and I have the same thoughts. So it was easy to work with him, because that's why I used him, because we have the same beliefs about a lot of things, personal things in life.
So he'll be there on the next album?
Yeah, sure, if he wants to be. He's doing a solo album right now too. You know, I never look toward next album, what's going to happen in 10 years. Just take it 1 year at a time. Next year we could be broken up. It depends if nobody wants to see Dokken, you know. Last night it was full, a lot of people. In England it's all sold out. This summer we're playing 10,000 seaters, huge places. But maybe next summer it's finished. Maybe it's going to be, everybody has to wear a gas mask, and like Slipknot or Korn or whatever these bands are. You know, this, who knows what styles. I mean, in Norway you got people burning churches down, you know, and killing dogs and torturing priests. Death and black metal. I mean, what kind of crap is that? But you would never think it would have happened, but it did. So that's the answer to the question is, no one knows what the future holds. No one knows if they'll fly an airplane into my house tomorrow.
How do you feel about the music that you're playing right now? Is it getting more and more popular again? I mean, like the new metal scene is very strong right now, but I think the straight hard rock is coming back. Is that your opinion too?
No, everybody's saying that, but I don't know if it is or not. It might be just nostalgia. You know, go see an 80s band, think about the good old days in college, my first girlfriend, first time I had sex, happier times, more fun times, innocent times, you know. I'm not sure it's coming back.
So you think the fans that are coming to your shows now, they've been there since the 80s when Dokken were really big?
Definitely. I mean, in America, we've seen a lot of young people now coming to our shows. But they're saying to us, oh, we saw Dream Warriors and when I was 10, and my older brother and sister gave us your albums when we were 12. We were too young to go see Dokken. Now we're old enough to go see Dokken, and because it's 10 years later and things like that. But hard to say. I don't know. I don't think it's going to come back.
So you don't think that your music on your new album will appeal to a wide audience?
Oh, I will. I do think it will appeal. It's just in my book, there's only two kinds of songs: good songs and bad songs. You know, these songs are good songs, but the problem is when you don't have $1 million machinery of a big, huge record company shoving it down people's throats, then it's very difficult for people to know about the music if it's on an MTV or a television station or the radio. So we have to do it the hard way. That's why we're in Norway and Sweden and playing the club. We have to sell the record the old-fashioned way, one person at a time, like Metallica did it in the 80s. Metallica couldn't get on the radio or TV. They did it the hard way. So we do the same.
So what you really need is a radio hit?
Yeah, it'd be nice. There's plenty of those on this record, tons of radio hits. I mean, I've heard some of the stuff on the radio. There's a lot of the songs in this album are much better than what you hear out there. As far as composition goes, performance, technique, vocal style, lyrics. But we don't have somebody paying somebody in his pocket at lunchtime to play the song every night, you know.
Well, we mentioned that Jeff is out of the band. Tell us about your new bass player.
Well, he was in Michael Schenker, Yngwie Malmsteen, Vinnie Moore, Uli Roth. He's a very well-known bass player. He plays all these Guitar Hero kind of guys. But he lived in Tucson, and Barry says he's tired of playing with the Guitar Hero things, the Michael Schenkers, the Uli Roths, you know, the Yngwie Malmsteens. He wanted to play more straight-ahead rock and roll. And he's a big fan of Dawkins, so I said, perfect. Okay, it worked out.
So he's a permanent member, and he'll also be there for the next album?
Yes.
Do you think your next album will be more like a band effort? I mean, well, John wrote some riffs now, but you do most of the work. And do you think you will keep on writing most of the Dokken songs on your next studio album, or do you think you will work more together?
I'll work more together with Barry and Mick on the next album. I don't know about John. John likes the heavy stuff, you know. But I write heavy stuff too. I can do it all day long. I mean, I think it's just a little bit old-fashioned, you know. There's a difference between rock and then heavy stuff. I mean, I like to rock. I like to make it heavy, but I don't like to write a guitar riff that I've done already. And we've done a lot of that stuff in the 80s, so, you know, if John writes a riff that fits Dokken, we'll use it. If it doesn't fit, I say, well, you save it for your solo record.
But live, you still play some of the very old heavy material.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of the heavy stuff. Yeah, because it's what fans want to hear.
On your album, there's a track called "A Heart Full of Soul," which you didn't write. Is that a cover track?
Yeah, it's from the Yardbirds. Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page is in the band too. It's an old '60s song from the Yardbirds with Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck were in. I just did it because we thought it was a great song, and a lot of people like you don't know that song. So I thought, what a great song! It's a shame people don't know about these great songs from the '60s. So we did it over again.
Is it very different from the original version?
No, same, just heavier. On our last album, we also did a cover version of "One" by Three Dog Night on Erase the Slate. Just made it heavier. Just something we do for fun. Just fun. If it isn't fun, then I gotta go home. Then why be out here? I mean, it's not about money or fame. We had it. We had all that. Yeah. When it stops being fun, I'm gonna go home. Just play with my children, sit in my garden.
How do you feel when you look at your old pictures from the 80s, where you all had big hair and you looked very 80s? Do you think that is ridiculous when you look back at it now?
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, we never wanted to do it. The record company pushed us to do it, and we always never worked for us. I was just like, God damn, hey, Mick's hair was like, that's incredible. I mean, it was silly. I didn't like it. The clothes, everything, it was bullshit. I'm much more Metallica can be grateful that they stuck to their guns. Metallica just came out in t-shirts and jeans and long hair, and we should have went the Metallica way and just not followed this trend. It was a mistake, but it was fun at the time. It was rock and roll. Then,
which album do you consider the best Dokken album so far? Is it the last one or?
I quite liked Dysfunctional. I thought it was a great album. I like this album. I mean, as far as the 80s go, probably Under Lock and Key. In the 90s, up to now, I'd say this album probably. Yeah, it's the best one, lyrically and performance-wise. As far as the journey goes down the CD, I think it's the best one.
Do you still keep in touch with the old members that left the band? I mean, I know that you didn't work very well with George Lynch. We talked about that many years ago. Did you ever talk to him?
No. No reason to. I think he's busy being in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble right now.
He is?
Yeah. That's all I'll say.
I've heard that he's working with Jeff Pilson on a new project. What do you think about that?
Should be hilarious. I mean, with Jeff singing, I don't know. I mean, I know George is into more industrial music. Yeah. And, you heard his last stuff. And Jeff is into that kind of music, too. Pop, rap. So I heard a certain album called Zulu Limited Jeff worked with. It's kind of like hip-hop. So it should be interesting with this hip-hop and this industrial, put them together. I mean, they're going for the young 13, 14-year-old audience. And that's doesn't make any sense to me when you're men that are 45, 46 years old going, say, okay, we'll go after the music that people, Eminem audience and the Kid Rock, and it's a young kid's music. To be 45 years old and go after this audience is pretty stupid, I think. You should be true to yourself. But some people are chameleons. Jeff was always a bit of a chameleon. He can do rock, pop, metal, pop, jazz. I did what I did because that's what I wanted to do. But some people do whatever they see on TV at the moment. And if you ask them, what their favorite food is, they'll tell you Norwegian. And then when they get to Germany, they'll tell the Germans German food. And when they get to Italy, they'll say, oh, my favorite food is Italian food. There's some people that are like that. I'm not like that, which got me a lot of trouble before. People go, oh, Don's an asshole and he's too arrogant. I said, hey, I just tell the truth. I'm not really good at kissing butts. Never got good at it. I don't think I'm a prick. I just think I'm just honest. And some people don't like to hear that. It's like, what do you mean, German food? You have to say Italian. It's like, well, you asked me, do you want the truth or do you want the answer? So it gets me a little trouble. But some journalists, they just want you to tell you what they want you to hear. I'm not very good at that. So And same with music. I can't write a rap album because it's popular. I don't believe in that kind of music. It's not what not that it's bad. There's nothing wrong with those bands. That's what they do. But to do it and you don't believe in it and just try to copy it, what a joke.
So if you come back to Oslo in 10 years to do a concert, it will still be hard rock. You won't be playing modern type of music that will sell more albums for you.
No, I don't care about that. That's just, we don't need money. We have enough money to last us. You know, I can make money. If I want money, I just become a president of a record company. Go on the internet and do some stocks tradings or something on the internet, you know, but I will never cop out to. I mean, there might be influences of different musics that come along. Sunless Days is kind of a Zakk Wylde feel to it, but never am I going to go with the trend. I'll quit first. I wouldn't expect Van Halen to do Metallica. I wouldn't expect Aerosmith to do Slipknot. I mean, come on. Aerosmith's Aerosmith. And Van Halen's Van Halen. Dokken's Dokken.